Hey, hey, hello everybody. So, in respect of you guys, let's do a quick closing belt call. Let's just review today and we talk about tomorrow. Okay. Let me go back. Let me move my spreadsheet to today. Thursday 25. As I pointed yesterday in the closing call, the deltas suggested yesterday a huge gap up, 0.56%, and we open with this, spread, this gap up, right? And also we close at 0.88%. So yesterday was really clear that we supposed to see a squeeze today, as I explained, in the closing call last night. So yesterday also they changed the DIX and the GX. They remove liquidity. Remember that on Monday was 50%. Last night printed 47%, minus 3.02%, and the GX dropped almost $500 million. Right? Means they remove liquidity and they accelerate the price. Also yesterday, I show you guys the book, especially I highlighted the implied volatility, so puts, put contracts printed very lower implied volatility instead of the calls that print higher, implied volatility. Means higher risk. Higher risk doesn't mean that you lose money. Risk pay more premium, right? Of course. Risk also could you take all your money. But usually in options, when you see higher implied volatility, is where we have more premium. Also, the region that I told you guys, 4,140, 4,145, last night print, higher gamma exposure because it was 0.02. Was, the higher gamma exposure that printed last night. Okay? And consequently, during the intraday, I told you guys, we could go back test 4,125 because they set up a negative wall in the region yesterday or here. I'm talking about today, okay? Because yesterday they set up 4,025 a big negative gamma region that's considered support, and I told you guys so far yesterday was 4,140, 4,145 resistance, and I look for a squeeze up to 4,150. You saw that you guys already know that we closed at 4,151, but they squeeze us up to 4,165. That also was my maximum target. If you review, the intraday alert channel, I told you, breaking 4,150, maximum targets between 4,160 and 4,166. Then, they squeeze us up to 4,165. Okay? So, hope you guys understand about yesterday. Yesterday also print, not a huge order, because lower jigs, they can move the market with lower money. Dealers are able to do that. So one of the biggest order, especially the call side, the long size, was almost 200K. They bought 4,130, and at the close on Wednesday, this guy was 92.37% profit. Because that I told you guys, the clue is to monitor 4,130 call. If you start to see pricing dropping and unwind, it's because the top is in. In the middle or during the day, we found down to the top because we saw 4,140 calls being unwind. No, 4,120 and 4,140 calls being unwind. I don't remember what time I told you guys, but I said the top is already in. Now we don't know how will be the movement, but the top is already in. And we just found the top during the intraday. Okay. Also yesterday, we saw one of the biggest orders, a short call strike 4,125 that I just talk about you guys. That's where they set up a huge negative gamma wall that was the support. Okay, so it's done for today, and let's move for tomorrow, Friday 26. Put call rate is higher, so it's kind of bearish, dealers are hedged, but it's different than yesterday. So today, tonight, is showing us that we supposed to be open tomorrow with a gap down, because the delta show us a middle point, a delta neutral at minus 0.04% from current price, basically like 3 points. Okay, basically 3 points below the current price, so showing us a gap down. You guys also realize, I just tried to, I found out as well, somebody at exactly at the close, somebody short 4,160 call. Okay, so this person is telling me top is in, will you not go to up to 4,160 tomorrow? Okay, but in another hand, I have a little bit doubt about this other line 4,050 that prints 1023. This is supposed to be closed during the intraday as well, because they had a lot of premium. Since this order was a short call, doesn't make sense this to be long. So maybe they open when market almost bottom, and maybe they close during the intraday, but the shadow flow didn't logs. And also I will not be able to monitor the opening interest, because it's only updated tomorrow morning. Okay, but I put just like an arrow over here. But in my point of view, in my read, this was an intraday trade, because this order, okay, that was a huge and the biggest order for today is $1.1 million premium, was a short call. I put a window or a short call, one of those, or somebody's already took money to market, get the premium, or they short and look for $1.1 million premium. Okay, so hope you guys already save this. Basically this order is telling to us we will not break 4,160. Okay, deltas, as I said, showing us a gap down. So the biggest order was a short short call, sorry, and this one, line 536, you see a $500,000 put premium that was a long put. Of course, 4,154 also is almost in the same region as we have positive deltas, will be the resistance for tomorrow. So sellers are really still interested to sell between 4,140 up to 4,160. They are seated in this region, and they are really willing to sell in those regions. So because this is a long put, $500,000 premium, I'm looking for, because the break even is 4,154, strike 4,185, and was a long put. So I'm looking for 4,054 as a resistance. Same region as you see positive deltas. Resistance. Okay? Also, if you check the book, if you check, the options book today, at the close, you guys, you see a difference between yesterday and today. The implied volatility in the put side is much higher than the call side, right? So we have much more premium in the put sides than in call sides. Okay, the red rectangle, that's the main resistance. 4,150, 4,155. 4,155, we have minus 0.53 deltas. So that's the real resistance. Also, the implied volatility is higher compared with the call side, that's 170%, and the put side 19%. So per the options book, 4,155 will be the main resistance, where the bears are seated. Also, if you come back to the dark pool book, that's match with the break-even of this $500,000 order premium strike 4,185. Okay, so I just highlighted over here in rectangle, red rectangle, resistance between 4,150 4,145. Where is the support? It's not a too strong support, but the support in the key level for tomorrow will be 4,140. Okay, but also we have higher implied volatility in put contracts compared with the call contract. Of course, we have 0.63 deltas in 4,040. So, since the deltas at the close suggest as a gap down, we could be see a volatility at the open that help bears and consequently burn those deltas. And then, why not start to see, instead of 4,150 as a support, a resistance, move to 4,140. That is totally possible. Why I'm telling that? Now the GIX drops to 43%. That's totally bearish. Below 44 is totally bearish. We